track review.
Hi, my needle drops. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. And, yeah, thanks for watching. Man, yes! Yes! Okay, sorry. Got excited there. Calm down, because if I don't calm down, I'm not going to be able to do this thing properly. Now, before I get into this, I want to tell you guys that there's a link in the D box where you can follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, and if you do that, your life will be so much better. Another music community announcement that I want to make. You're Wrong, I'm Right is back. He's making album reviews, he's putting up videos, he's reviewing music, and I gotta tell you guys that if you hit up his YouTube channel, many of you may have not have heard of this guy, but if you have, go visit his channel, see what he has to offer. He was one of the 2 music reviewers that I knew of at the time that, I started making music reviews with, and at the time it was pretty much just me, You're Wrong, I'm Right, and Jumble Junkie Music, just watching each other's videos, and that was it. And then this thing kind of just grew into something that I never ever thought it would. Alright, this is Track Reviews, where we talk about the latest in rock, pop, electronic, and experimental music of the independent persuasion. And bam! Picture of the new Interpol self-titled album. It's their 4th album. And, bam. They're a New York rock band who have a very moody sound, and bam. Okay. Anyway, Interpol's sound has time and time again been compared to the likes of Joy Division, just something cut of that very dark post-punk cloth. However, don't assume these guys to be a revivalist act or some band that just sounds like another band. That's most definitely not the case. These guys are a modern group with a modern sound. After a short stint on Capitol Records, this band has finally returned to the record label where they released some of their most definitive work, Matador Records, and this LP is slated for a release on September 7th over there. This track we're going to listen to is from that LP. It's titled Lights, and it was suggested by Sylvia1 in the mod box. Got voted up like crazy. Thanks a lot, Sylvia. You the best. Let's give a listen to this. Link down in the D box. Interpol with Lights. Alright guys, this track was off to a slow start, but the voice of Paul Banks just had me gripped. I love this guy's vocal style. It just seems so monotone at times and yet just so full of emotion, just so full of oomph. I just can't help but just hang on this guy's every word. Also, some interesting lyrics about being put in a dark place, maybe not wanting to be there, maybe being there against your will, put there by somebody else. Weird stuff. And I'm really digging the atmosphere around this track too. I'm loving the guitar tones. This thing just feels big. It feels huge. I could hear the big stage. I could hear the lights. Derp. This thing had a very linear structure too, which I'm usually very much into. A lot of astral hums in the background coming from I don't know where, keyboards, drums, and a little bit of bass, just building into this wall of instrumentation over the course of 5 minutes, and at about 3:50 it kind of reaches its climax. But my issue with that is the climax doesn't really sound all that different than all of the song before it, because it builds so slowly. This thing really takes its time, borders on dragging out way too long. Not much longer after it gets loud, it just kind of hangs there, fade out, which doesn't feel all that proper to me. Kind of depressing. And though there are elements of this track that I really like, it just kind of makes me want to listen to, bam, Turn on the Bright Lights. Because, truth be told, for the past several releases of Interpol, I've kind of missed listening to Carlos Dengler's really big, thick bass lines. I miss hearing his bass lines in a prominent point of the mix. I'm kind of feeling a strong 5 on this, really on the fence with it. I don't know what to think about this new LP based on this track. I hope the rest of the songs aren't like this, because this thing just kind of felt a little blah. But we're going to find out what's up with this thing on September 7th when it gets released. There we go. Interpol's new self-titled LP. What do you guys think of this track? Do you love it? Do you hate it? And why? And thanks again to Sylvia for suggesting this in the mod box. That's awesome. And remember, guys, if you're suggesting old albums and old music inside the mod box, you officially Thanks. I'm in the business of discussing new music and turning you guys onto music that you've never heard of before. Not telling you what to think about albums that you already hate or already enjoy. But if you really want to know what I think about all these older albums, go to theneedledrop.com, support me, support the website, give a donation, and request that I do a review on my other YouTube channel based on that donation. Until then, keep listening to new jams, and Anthony Fantano, Interpol, forever.